we have another guest star here, Eileen Marcus from ACU of Texas. Hi, Eileen.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm so glad to have you here. I really genuinely feel like Eileen and we go way back. I just feel like we're good friends at this point for working together and partnering together. So thank you so much for being here today.
Yes.
Let's dive right in. So my first question for you, similar to Jessica, I'd like to know, how did ACU of Texas initially think of Buy Now Pay Later, and what were some of the reasons that you all felt this would be a good program for your members?
Yeah, I feel like Jessica gave me good insights to lead off on because she said a lot of what we feel too. So yeah, we kind of talked about it, and then our president Clay had met Bryce at a conference a few years ago, and he brought it back to us, and we were intrigued by the idea that it integrated with Scimitar. That just made sense to us. We thought it would be a good sticky product that our members could use and appreciate, and it would also help them do it in an environment safe in our own home banking versus using one of the third-party options that they had.
Yeah, I really love that. So when you all were thinking about BNPL, you were thinking about safety, about bringing them inside the environment with the credit union instead of third-party providers. And so were there any other ways that you anticipated your members um, interacting with BNPL?
We really weren't sure. I think our initial thought was that it was going to be mostly for maybe younger members who didn't have the cash flow that they needed to like pay their daily bills, unexpected expenses. We've seen a lot different results than we thought, but we've also seen a lot more buy-in, especially at the beginning, than we originally expected. 11% of our members who view their offers actually go through with the plan, and of those members, most of them are doing multiple plans for over $500 in total plans.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Well, when you guys think about the ideal BNPL solution at ACU of Texas, what are some of the things you're looking for to provide your members?
Yeah, so the main thing we wanted it to be was easy for our members to use, very intuitive, no application required. So integration with all of our partners into home banking and to Scimitar were important. We also like the idea of it possibly bringing in extra interchange on our side. We think that if they know they have these options, they'll be using their debit cards more, which in turn could also help our bottom line a little bit.
Absolutely. I think that's another important key aspect that this forum, our attendees can really relate to, is debit card interchange and the ability to increase or retain that volume. So
Exactly.
thank you for bringing that up. Let's see. So you've been live for a while now, several months. Can you share with us, what's your member response been like? What kind of feedback are you getting?
So I think it's been about almost 90 days, right? Or right at 90 days that we've been live,
Yeah.
and we've booked over 300 plans in 90 days. And those range from $100 to $2,500. So I think that I haven't heard a lot. So I think no news is good news, but I think the numbers are speaking for themselves. And we are seeing that members are being able to use this plan to budget for unexpected expenses, or maybe to help pay for a vacation they were wanting to plan for that they weren't sure they could take. So it seems like everyone has been super responsive to it. We had some champions out in the branches who learned about it, and when we went to visit them, they were excited to be able to share it with the members. They thought it was a great product, and it could be a good sticking point for members to be able to use on a regular basis.
I love that. I really love that. No news is good news. If you could make the BNPL program better, what would you do?
So it's working well now. We don't have any complaints. The one thing that we've talked about and our members have asked about, and I think Equipify is actually working on, is the ability to know their spend before they spend it. So to be pre-approved for, say, $1,000, and knowing that money is in their account before they make their transaction. And that would allow them to be able to better budget for that week.
Yeah, definitely. No spoilers here, but Danny is coming up after our portion, and so we'll chat about what we can do to improve your program. Eileen, I've heard you talk to me on numerous occasions about ACU of Texas's digital first initiatives. Can you share with the forum a little bit about how BNPL fits into that sort of digital first focus.
Yeah, absolutely. That is definitely one of our initiatives for these current, and it's not just us. I know everyone's kind of on the same plan, but we definitely have a digital first initiative. Um, I think it started last year as a 3-year window, but it's going to continue well beyond that. And I'm part of kind of run most of the projects that are part of those digital initiatives. But yes, it definitely fits in with that plan. We don't want members to not come to a branch, but we want members to do what they need to do with that in wherever they are. We want to meet the members where they are. And if that means logging on to home banking and getting a plan to help out their budget, then that's the best thing that we can offer for them right now.
Excellent. ACU of Texas, you are a Jack Henry Scimitar core client. Then you're also on a Lumen Digital. And everybody who can see this presentation, you can see this is their Lumen digital experience for their members. And big shout out, thank you, Lumen. You're here today, you're sponsoring our forum. Thank you so much for that. Eileen, can you talk about the integrations effort that went into both your core and your digital pieces?
Yeah. Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of lift, at least as far as I'm aware of on the ACU side. I don't want to speak for IT, but it seemed like most of the things they did was just install the power ons that y'all created. So that was a pretty simple process. So our connection with our interaction with Scimitar was probably a little bit limited because we'd already done that part was already done for us. Lumen was also great to work with. We did a lot of back and forth tweaking on the UI experience to make it look as needed, and everyone was super responsive and super helpful, and we were able to get it to look exactly how we wanted. So we had an overall very good experience with all parties involved.
Thank you. So you've been live for about 90 days, you said. And I think there's more to our partnership than just technical integrations for getting to launch. Can you share about how we've been working together since you've launched to your members?
Yeah, the whole time, as I said, been very responsive, very quick to answer our emails. We get them usually within the day. But when we have an insurance QSO within our credit union, and we had the idea to be able to use the buy now pay later plans for the members to pay their premium as a full to get their discount, and then turn around and refinance it into a plan. When we looked at that, the insurance MCC codes were not already turned on. So we asked, can we turn these on? And then within a couple of days, they were on, and we were able to make our idea come to fruition. So it was a great experience to get that turned over so quickly.
Yeah, what another cool example of how BNPL can fit into your digital first initiative, into meeting your members and helping them with their budgets. So thank you for sharing that. Let's see, I think some of the use cases, the additional use cases that we've seen from your members interacting with BNPL have been pretty cool. Can you walk us through just a few use cases that you have found compelling?
Yeah, so I didn't get to mention earlier, but ACU of Texas is located in Lake City, Texas, and we're between Houston and Galveston. And being near Galveston, there's a lot of cruising going on. So I've seen a lot of people book their cruises and then turn around and use the buy now pay later plan to finance those. We also were shocked to see some of the boomer generation shopping at locations that maybe are more geared towards the younger crowd, like Aeropostale. And so we're thinking maybe the grandparents are now have this opportunity to take their grandchildren shopping, especially for back to school right now. We've seen a lot of that happen. And then you have some of the regular use cases, budgeting, like paying for tires or maybe a high electric bill that we all have these days. So people taking advantage for that for sure. And then also we've seen some unique, like hobby driven purchases. Maybe someone needed a new guitar and now they actually have the means to do that. So it's been all over the board. It was not what we expected, but we're glad to see that everyone's taking advantage of the options that they have.
I love that. So my last question for you today is, what would you tell other credit unions who are still considering whether or not BNPL is right for their members?
Yeah, I kind of want to piggyback off Jessica said. We don't think of it as a loan product either. We want to, again, meet our members where we are and to be able to help them. And so I think if you think of it just not as a loan product, but just as a product that's going to help your members and it'll help your retention and just make their lives easier and look at it as a additional feature that they can have. It's a fair rate, a fair, easy payment to make over time, and it's what we look at as a credit union way, and to be where we need to be to help our members.
Eileen, I've told you a million times, and I'll tell you again. I really, really enjoy working with you. I appreciate the partnership that we've built between Equipify and ACU. And being here today is really, it matters to us. And I think it's helpful to our forum. So thank you so much for being here today.
Yes, feel the same about y'all. We're very happy for this partnership.
Excellent. Thanks, Eileen.
Thanks, bye.